out. But before making any purchases, we're going to try the 290 excavator, which is a Takeuchi, same as the KX080. Ta-da! All right, we're not officially sponsored by Mecalac, but Global Machinery, those guys have been treating us very well lately, so if you guys need equipment, definitely check them out. For one, they always answer the phone. I don't know what people's problem is, but nobody besides, it seems like Global lately, has been answering the phone, so thank you guys. But I've been giving a lot of teasers on the Mecalac. Put it in my Instagram, you should follow down below. And I put a couple glimpses of it in the background on some of the YouTube videos, and I'll go into kind of full detail on why we ended up going with this machine later on today's video. But I just want to give you guys a little history on it, because this particular machine, I heard about it about I don't know, year and a half ago, something like that. This machine came from Canada, and how the Mecalacs run is they are pretty much awesome on all standpoints. It's a combination skid steer excavator. It'll lift way more than an excavator will. It's faster than an excavator. And I don't know what honestly took us so long to finally get one. But this machine and number 8, this is a 10, they both have the same horsepower, 75 horse. I think even the 6 might have it. So it's the same horsepower, the same engine. And why they cap it at 75 is because emissions. You go any more than 75, then you have to have DEF, and then more engineering goes involved with it. So they actually detune the 100 horsepower engine to 75 to meet emissions, to make it easier on them. This one comes from Canada, and apparently them boys like horsepower just as much as they like maple syrup. They went ahead and had this thing souped back up to 100 horse. And it's the only one that I've actually seen and heard about that came down to the States that's actually tuned back to the 100 horse. So normally excavators, they're around mid 60s, somewhere maybe 70s. So this thing being 100 horsepower, 4,000 psi going to the head for continuous flow for mulchers and stuff like that, 37 gallons a minute, that's pretty incredible. Not to mention, you saw in the intro that it lifts 7,000 pounds, like 15 feet above its head. It can lift that Kubota tractor up and not even care. I don't know how to do that without breaking it in half. But I'm excited for this machine, and honestly, like, it is a blast to drive. Fixed Rotobeck grapple on it completely transforms just how capable this machine is. It takes a lot to actually stop this thing. It's lifting power, track speed, and everything. I'm very excited to run it, so I'm going to show you guys, you know, the lead up to this machine, because literally the day we picked up the 290, this kind of a myth machine came back from like a rent to buy kind of thing, and I said, well, if the 290 doesn't work out, I'll like a shot at this thing. And you'll see in today's video, well, obviously we got this thing, and I'm very excited about it. So stick tuned, watch the video. Thank you. First and foremost, it's still got pilot controls. It's not electronic controls. There's actual, you know, hydraulic lines coming in here, but it has skid steer mode, so you can use this joystick to drive around. And this one does the opposite of what you'd think it would do, because it's skid steer mode down. So okay. I'm glad I wasn't loaded while I was doing that. Well, are you guys ready for just a complete excavator truffle shuffle thing going on? Yeah, the 080's here. Been using that. I'll explain that situation here in a second. But the whole idea with new machine started with a new grapple. Wanted to experiment with a couple different brands, and this one's got 3,000 plus hours on it. Some might say it's a little bit small for the machine, but honestly, it's been doing pretty damn good. And it's around a $7,000 grapple. That's what they still are today. But we've had a couple issues here and there, bolts breaking. You know, overall it's pretty slopped out. But that was the final straw. Popped the end off the cylinder. I was going to take the cylinder out, but the pin's bent that holds the cylinder in on that side. So, you know, that's kind of a doozy. So you guys seen that we got the 290. Why isn't that here now? Well, the grapple that was for it was off another machine, and it was just too big. I was waiting for the other one, and the whole other story with that will come at a different time. But we're gonna go home, load up the 290, ditch this, and not bring the 290 here, but we're gonna take it back to Global and swap it out with the machine that probably should have started off with. But got the new truck. Hop in there, Boone. Got the big sticker on the door. Big-ish sticker. It's ridiculous. But let's get this party rolling. All right. I think that that was the first, second, no, I think it was the second time I towed the 080 with it. Maybe first, I don't know. Anyway, made it back to the house, no problems. The 08 has the dump trailer hooked up to it, a load of logs. These are junk logs, pretty much. I'm going to use these for gate post pillar kind of things. But I need to get this thing out of the way, get the 080 unloaded, and I don't know if I'll make a full video on the 290, but it's an awesome, absolute ripper of a machine. But we're gonna keep the 080, and I thought we'd sell the 080 possibly. And like, this thing does everything exactly the same as the 080 except for a couple functions, and it's not lacking power in any real department or anything like that. But it comes down to kind of the geometry of the machine. This thing is huge, overbuilt for the machine, which is awesome. But I think just the pivot point needed to be back a little bit because it has extended leverage out there, and it kind of weighs on the machine, kind of puts you in, you know, you lose your balance with it. And they do offer a bigger counterweight, and they ordered one. I swapped that whole thing out, and I mean, this machine's had my name on it for quite a while, and I'm absolutely bummed to, you know, be taking it back. I mean, it's got everything exactly. I mean, it's got my damn sticker on it. I'm gonna clean this up, take it down there, and swap it out. But I got to take all the implements with it. I got the stump grinder and the overkill size Bateman grapple. That's what we're gonna throw on there right now. This should be on a 2150. This is huge. BS outro, intro thing, but look at them two birds. Cleaner, swapper, boom, boom. Pond finally filled up. Whoop. Dicked out. All the tongue weight. I always clean these things off if I got the chance. On site in the summertime when we've done demos, hose it down best I can with the water wagon. Actually nice here, I got the pressure washer with the little, you gotta get the spinny tip thing. That thing just, like, it tears grease and everything off. It's nice. But I'll top it off with fuel, let her dry off, give her one more round and make sure she's good. Cause this is gonna be tricky. That thing's got a little stand, you saw that. Then it's got a shipping crate. But it's difficult to get the pallet fork in there. See if we can get it. Well, I'd be completely lying to you guys if I said that was easy to get on there. Need a bigger tractor for the house. Man, that thing is... Yeah, no, that was stressful. Got her on there, though. Didn't bother filming it because that's something... Well, if your insurance provider saw you doing that, they would say you did what? Don't call us anymore. It still needs to be unloaded. I honestly thought maybe I could get down there. There's no way I could get down there tonight. Not a chance. Let's get some tie downs involved. You guys want to see the wet noodle? Yeah. Took way longer to load than I expected, but the machine's nice and clean. Only thing left to do is top her off with fuel, because I'm a cool guy like that. Got a little Halamano. Callahan's down here helping. Went ahead and took that tank off the back because it was full, and well, I don't need to drive around with 7 pounds a gallon, so that's 750 pounds. That's a lot, considering that's a lot of weight. Had this truck the longest. It's got the most amount of miles, 338,000. And that's my newest truck. It's got 1,000 miles. Anyway, topping her off. Know the deal. Always got to stop here. Mainly to let the traffic down because that's got a hill. We're headed global. Hell, they got a dang buncher over there. This might as well be a Mecalac dealer now. Oh, let's try that one out. Now we're talking. I've heard strap it to the bed rail, not to the fender thing. Yeah, Ford aluminum. This guy's got a badass crew cab right here, though. I'll give him that.
Myself, I would expect a piece of equipment
To look like that when you're done with it?
to look like that.
Yeah, I know. That's owner-operator difference, but anyway. It's big-ish. It looks a lot bigger with the boom tucked out, doesn't it? Making the journey back home. GPS says like an hour, but when you're towing the back way, you gotta make a stop because it takes a little bit longer than that, but that's one badass setup right there. The machine's actually a 2018 model. It's got low hours. That whole setup right there. Yeah, that's the price of a decent house. It's ridiculous, but it's a money maker. Money maker. All that cool attachments I didn't even know came with it. Well, I'm gonna take it straight to the job. We just, unload the buckets, forks, and the other forks straight to the job. Try making some money with it today. Truck did pretty good. I mean, I think that's the heaviest thing towed, so yeah. Pretty good hill right here. I think I might have made a video on this already, towing up this. Prime Tech, it clicked down to 39 every once in a while, and this thing's going 1 mile an hour-ish faster here and there. Oh, it's picking up speed now. It's pretty good grade right there. Check the engine temp, trans temp, 219, 174. That's, pretty average on that. It gets to 220 and the engine fan will kick on, bring that down a couple degrees, but it's, it's holding pretty good. Some folks might think, well, it's running too hot. That's just where these emissions engines like to run. But we're headed back up the hill that we hauled the 080 off last night. I mean, this is just clicked 1,000 miles yesterday, bringing that thing back. We're only at 145 today above that. So, but I mean, it's been loaded miles up and down the hill, so I'm actually pretty tired. Jeez. Skid steer control. Yeah. It's 4 years old. 2018. I forgot to mention one key awesome factor of it, the multi-stage boom. It doesn't have a super high boom sticking up for you tracking around, so a lot of these residential jobs, tight quarters, it doesn't have something sticking up 15 feet unnecessarily. This thing will tuck down into something about as high as a cab. Got these tracks on it, which are going to be planter beds right here. But did you notice it travels almost 7 miles an hour? That's skid steer fast. And, well, pretty sure I had it up to 10, which is pretty insane, going downhill. For a 22,000 pound machine, plus a grapple, could be sitting 23,000 pounds. That's awesome. Like, get stuff done, awesome. Well, later on you'll see the video for why those tracks are no longer on the 080. Oh, they're trash. They're 4,000 hours. But just check it out right there. I was working at a spot that probably like 9 feet, maybe 10. Tight quarters, everything right here. With a regular excavator, I'm sure you could get it done, but it's super easy with that. Things, I've already put over 100 hours on this machine, and it's been rocking and rolling, been doing awesome. We've had a couple issues being a used machine and some stuff that you'll see that I was an idiot, and just, if it doesn't move, just stop, or else something will move and then stuff. But got over 100 hours on it. The reason I didn't turn loose of it is because I wanted to actually get some runtime with it so I don't look like a complete noob running it. Got the skid steer bucket, everything for it, forks, regular digging bucket. This thing actually digs like a champ. People think because the cylinder's backwards it's going to be different, but no, it's a pretty good digger. And I wanted to give the 290 a chance on video wise because I had some footage of that thing and I wanted to get it turned loose. But when I ran one of these a couple years back, and probably been 2.5 years ago, I said we weren't going to buy one until I ran the 290, and I did exactly that. So here we are. Ran the 290, went back to the Mecalac. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video showing this machine off. I got a ton more footage coming with this thing. I've been filming quite a bit with it in the last, man, it's been over a month, maybe 2 that we've had this. So hit them buttons, let me know what you guys think. I'm not worried about the extra million hoses. Just, you know, if something breaks, yeah, it sucks. We try not to break stuff in general. But if you're worried about the hoses, just don't hit them. Same thing goes with the windshield. Don't hit that. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Later. Well, let's go in ghost mode.